What's up, everybody? Getting into this episode of B&B. Brooke knows she ain't shit because now all of a sudden she wanna tell Ridge the truth and send him a little text message talking about, oh, we need to talk after he done left the house. Um, because now she got a guilty conscience and she want to clear her conscience and tell the truth. Little too late, Brooke. Sorry. You had your opportunities. You had multiple. You had several. You had a whole month and some change to tell your husband, whom you see every day and you sleep with every night, the truth. And now it's too late. It's too late. Um, it was so funny because Hope sitting there telling Brooke, "Oh, I value honesty. What you're doing is so brave." I'm like, Hope, shut up. If you value honesty so much, why did you tell her to tell the truth the first time you heard about this? And if she's so damn brave, why she wait a whole month and some change to tell that man? She ain't brave nothing. Like, first of all, she was scared the whole time, sitting there, oh, he's gonna leave me. Oh, I'm sure Taylor and Steffi are just waiting for me to mess up because they knew you would. Leopards never changed their spot. They knew her ass was gonna mess up because that's what Brooke do. Mess up. Um, So yeah, she had her opportunities to tell him the truth, and she didn't. It's too little, too late. And I love when Steffi came over and basically blasted Brooke to let her know, like, okay, Ridge need to let you go because you got too many scandals. He's forgiven you too many times. And Brooke was looking dumbfounded and confused, like, where is this all coming from? Why are you surprised? I'm surprised that she's surprised that Steffi feels this way about her. I'm like, Steffi has never liked you. Why are you shocked by this? Like, Steffi was giving it to her. And she just got this little deer in the headlights look. I'm like, Brooke, you have never liked Ridge's children. Like, let's get that clear. Brooke has never liked them. Ever. She's never liked them. Even when Hope was about to give birth and stuff like that to Bev, she tried to put Steffi on notice. Oh, you need to respect their relationship. And mind you, Steffi wasn't even doing anything at the time. So even Steffi was confused. So now Brooke's sitting here confused. I'm like, Steffi don't like you. Like, she never wanted Ridge with Brooke. Um, and she trying to figure out where this all coming from. It ain't coming out the blue. It is not coming from the blue. It's been going on. Like, Brooke, she tried to play that victim role. And I don't even care if somebody come up in my comments talking about some, oh, you don't like Brooke. I made it abundantly clear I don't like Brooke. I never have. I never liked that character. The actress, I love the actress though. I love Catherine Kelly Lang. I think she does a great job, especially when she cry in scenes and that one tear come out. That should be funny. I don't know how she do that. Like how she made one side of her face cry, but the other one don't. That's a gift because I be wondering how she do that. I'm like, how? How you can make one tear come out of one eye, but the other one could be completely dry? I don't. That's a skill right there. But yeah, I love Catherine, but the Brooke character, I never liked this character. She always in scandal. Don't get me wrong, Ridge ain't no prize either. He not. Cause for years Ridge has waffled between two women for years, and it's like, yeah, he ain't no prize. So I don't even understand why Taylor or Steffi, for that matter, is even trying to get her mother to intervene. It's like, for what? In my opinion, Ridge could probably do better than Brooke, but I feel like Taylor could do better than Ridge. I'm just saying, she can, you know. Why be with somebody that's always gonna waffle between you and their ex-wife? Because that's what Ridge is gonna do. He probably gonna break up with Brooke or whatever, but at some point he probably gonna get back together with her or want to get back together with her because that's what he does. He waffles. He can never stay with one woman permanently. I don't expect that out of Ridge, but I feel like Taylor could do better. She need to put him in her rearview mirror. I'm just saying, like, you doing all this for Ridge? Like, why? Um, But yeah, Taylor felt the need that it was time for her to tell Ridge about this or whatever. So of course she, texted Ridge or called him and told him to come through. He got there pretty fast for an hour's drive because we all know Malibu is an hour away from Beverly Hills. Um, I think that's where they live, Beverly Hills. That's where Brookhouse is, I think, Beverly. So that's about an hour's drive because Malibu, yeah, about an hour. Um, so she wanted to tell him about his wife or whatever, her shenanigans. Normally I would want Taylor to stay out of this, but in my opinion, Taylor not doing nothing that Brooke wouldn't do, but I also didn't want Taylor to stoop to Brooke's level, like do what Brooke would do. You know what I'm saying? Because no, Taylor I feel like is a bit better than that. But you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So if it sticks it to Brooke, I'm not mad at it. Like I said, I just think she could do much better than Lil Ridge. I'm just saying. But Steffi and Thomas really need to stop that foolishness though. Oh, we need to get the family back together. Y'all never stop being a family, Steffi. I understand she want her parents to be together and stuff, but you can't force that though. You know, you definitely can't. So anyway, moving on from that, we do need to see more Finn. Like we got to see, Finn today and stuff like that, but and yesterday, but we need to see more Finn. Like what's going on with Mr. Finnegan? We don't get to see him much. Um so anyway, Sheila is chomping at the bit to find out what's going on with Brooke. Because for the last month, nobody would give in to her and give her no intel on what happened New Year's Eve. All she knows was that she switched that liquor, but she don't know what effects it had. You know what I mean? So pretty much Deacon pretty much let it slip. When he was like, when when Ridge tried to run him out of town, talking about, oh, Brooke would never want him or whatever, and Deacon was like, oh, if he only knew. And once he said all that, Sheila was looking like, what you mean? So now he ain't got no choice but to tell her because she's not going to let it go, her crazy ass. Sheila is not going to let this go. She is determined to shut Brooke down. And Sheila is pretty envious of Deacon because he's getting everything he wants right now. He's getting time with Hope. He's getting time with Beth. And, he's even starting to make inroads with Brooke. And she's upset because her life is not going so swell. Like, she's not getting that much time with Finn or Hayes. I'm like, well, because, yeah, Deacon has his issues, but he's not a psychopath who shoots people, though. Like, he didn't, you shot, Finn's mother-in-law. Even though Deacon has killed. Didn't he kill Diane Jenkins on Weinar? Hit her in the head with a rock. I do remember that. He did go to prison for that. But, Deacon got his issues or whatever, but, I wouldn't say he's psychotic. Sociopath maybe, but not psychotic. But Sheila's borderline freaking crazy. But yeah, he ain't got no choice though. Deacon ain't got no choice but to tell Sheila what's going on at this point because you already kind of let the cat out the bag, so you might as well tell her of all her handiwork. But Deacon and Brooke back together, I wouldn't be surprised because I do feel like Brooke kissed Deacon because that's really what she wanted. It's really what she wanted. So go be with your Deacon, your unemployed Deacon. Well, I ain't even gonna say unemployed, but he ain't got no money. I mean, that's a hell of a step down from, being Mrs. Forrester. I'm just saying, you go back with Deacon. Financially, that's a step down. And Brooke gonna have to pay all the bills. If she get with Deacon, she gonna have to pay the mortgage. She gonna have to pay the lights. She gonna have to pay everything because Deacon don't make that kind of money to live in that house. I'm just saying. But Brooke put this on herself. She did. She could blame the alcohol, and some people might blame Sheila for it, but she ain't do nothing that she didn't want to do. So it's a little too late to be telling the truth. She had that opportunity. She didn't take it, so it's on her. It is what it is. Because Hope thinks that, oh, if Brooke tell the truth, Ridge will understand. He might have would have understood. He probably would have been angry finding this out after it happened, like the day after it happened. He would have been angry, but I think at that moment he might have. But, telling him a month and some change later, yeah, I don't see him being too happy about that. Especially when he kept warning Brooke about Deacon. That's what's really probably going to piss him off. Because he kept warning her about him. And she still insisted on having him around. Knowing that man ain't no good. So that's going to piss Ridge off even more. So I definitely see Ridge leaving. But see, that's why I didn't want Taylor being back with Ridge right now off of this, based off of what Brooke did. Because that's what's going to happen. He's going to end up using Taylor as a rebound. And you don't want to be nobody's rebound. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. Because that never lasts. You would want him to come back to you on his own merits, not because of a scandal. That's what you don't want. You don't never want your ex to come back based off of a scandal. That's not good because that's some rebound stuff and you don't want that right there. But Brooke probably gonna find a way to get him back at some point. Probably. or maybe he won't, divorce her. Maybe not. He'll probably threaten to. It's gonna be a whole mess. But I can't wait to see Ridge's reaction to this and what he gonna do. You know what I mean? Like they got proof. They got Douglas. They got the video, the security footage and stuff. So it's irrefutable evidence. So Brooke is in trouble on this. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comments, let me know what y'all thought, and I'll see y'all all later. Have a good night. Peace.